Hello everyone, today's I'm discussing the most important iOS 16 big feature WWDC in 2022. WWDC is the most dependable of the three major Apple events of the year. Every June for the last 15 years, Apple has organized a massive get-together for its developer partners and revealed a slew of critical software improvements. In contrast, the September iPhone launch and the March-April-Spring extravaganza seem nearly unforeseeable. Most notably, changes to Apple's 5 major operating systems are as predictable as the event's scheduling. But we believe Apple will also surprise us. WWDC 2022 will begin with a keynote speech today, Monday, June 6. Some developers and students will be able to see the speech live this year. But space is limited, and the application process closed on May 11. What is WWDC? Worldwide Developers Conference, and is ostensibly all about third-party software developers that produce programs for Apple's platforms, such as the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. The corporation brings a large number of developers to its campus and informs them about the system-wide improvements coming to those platforms in the following year so that they are prepared. There will be presentations, networking opportunities, and seminars. While developers are at the core of the event, it is also a press event where Apple will disclose its software goals and maybe some new Macs to the public. When will WWDC 2022 be held? WWDC will begin on Monday, June 6, 2022. In California, the keynote will begin at 10 a.m. If you're wondering what time the WWDC keynote will begin where you are. UK, at 6 p.m. BST. Europe, 7 p.m. CEST. US, 10 a.m. PDT, 11 a.m. MDT, noon, CDT, and 1 p.m. EDT. Canada, 2 p.m. ADT. India, 10:30 p.m. East. Singapore and China, 1 a.m. the next day. Japan, 2 a.m. JST. Australia, 1 a.m. AWST, 2:30 a.m. ACST, 3 a.m. AEST. New Zealand, 5 a.m. the next day, NZST. WWDC software is now available. WWDC is all about software, so we can expect Apple to unveil information on impending operating system upgrades for the iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple TV, HomePod, and Apple Watch. Those modifications will then be sent to developers as a beta for testing, followed by a public beta a few weeks later. In the autumn, the new software will be accessible for everyone to download, usually September for iOS and October for macOS. Here's what you may expect. 1. iOS 16. The event's headliner merely because of the vast number of iPhone users worldwide. If you have a current enough iPhone, iOS 15 runs on the iPhone 6s, so anybody with an iPhone 7 or later should be okay to obtain iOS 16. You'll be able to install the next version of iOS when it's published in the fall of 2022. But first, there's a beta testing cycle to go through. iOS 16 will be introduced at WWDC 2022, and a developer beta, for registered app developers only, will be published very soon following the keynote. Install this only if you're a developer, and be prepared for it to be incomplete. The beta software may include major faults and may even damage your device. 2. macOS 13. What does Apple have planned for the sequel to Monterey? We'll find out during the Worldwide Developers Conference in 2022. This should be macOS version 13.0, but don't count on it. Apple tinkered with a single version number for over 18 years, from macOS 10.0, Cheetah, in 2001 through macOS 10.15, Catalina, in 2019. But that foolishness seems to be gone now, with the latest two versions, macOS 11 Big Sur and macOS 12 Monterey, each earning their own number. We're intrigued by the possibility that the California landmark may be Mammoth, but we're not sure Apple would want to identify its operating system with something extinct. 3. watchOS 9. The latest Apple Watch operating system will be unveiled at WWDC 2022. This is a more narrow update than the iPhone, iPad, and Mac upgrades listed above, but it might provide vital health and fitness capabilities to Apple Watch consumers worldwide. The watchOS 8 upgrade from last year was available for Series 3 owners. If you have a Series 4 or later, you should be good with the 2022 upgrade, and the Series 3 May even enjoy another year in the sun. 4. tvOS 16. tvOS is the platform that runs on the Apple TV and is the least visible of the 5 major Apple operating systems. The tvOS 15 upgrade released last year included improved Siri features, multi-user suggestions, and the option to screen share programs with others through SharePlay. 5. Home OS. Apple is reported to be working on a new branded OS called Home OS. The Big 5 might become the Big 6. This is a new moniker for the software that runs on the HomePod and HomePod Mini, which is presently known as HomePod OS. Going to the bother of renaming the software suggests that Apple intends to make a bigger deal out of introducing post-launch capabilities to the HomePods in the future. However, since Apple cancelled the full-size HomePod in March, this would only work on a single device. WWDC hardware is now available. WWDC is primarily a software-focused event, although Apple has often used its WWDC keynotes to announce hardware items as well. If something occurs again, it's more likely to be Mac-related than iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, or AirPods related. The iPhone 3GS made its debut at WWDC in 2009, but it's been mostly Macs ever since. At WWDC 2017, Apple introduced the iMac Pro, which did not go on sale until later that year, along with improvements to the iMac, MacBook, and MacBook Pro. In June 2019, it revealed a new Mac Pro and the Pro Display XDR, which did not go on sale until that December. And, although no real hardware items were produced that year, Apple's shift from Intel to its own CPUs in the Mac line was announced at WWDC 2020. That was the company's single most significant hardware announcement of the year. 1. Apple iMac Pro. When Apple introduced the Mac Studio, it also phased out the 27-inch iMac, but that doesn't imply the giant iMac is extinct. 2. Mac Mini M1 Pro. The Intel-powered Mac Mini, which many are anticipating would receive an M1 Pro CPU, is also in need of an upgrade. 3. Mac Pro. New Mac Pro models have been introduced during WWDC in the past, and this year may be no exception. It will have been 2 years since Apple revealed its ambitions to shift from Intel to its own silicon by the time it takes the stage at WWDC. And the Mac Pro is the only Mac that has yet to complete the switch. Even though it isn't yet available for purchase, we anticipate Apple to reveal what it has in store for this behemoth. Display update for XDR. Rumor has it that the XDR display will be updated in 2022, and what better location to do it than at WWDC, alongside a new Mac Pro. MacBooks. There are also rumblings about a new MacBook Air, perhaps with an M2 processor. With the M2, we might also see a new MacBook Pro. However, we believe they are more likely to occur at an October event. Thank you for watching.